Okay, so hi everyone. In this video, we are going to perform search in a skip list. So we are going to search for a key X. So as you can see here, as discussed in the previous video, in the bottom of the list, we have a set of all of the keys in the dictionary that we have, right? And what if we want to look for the key 78 or if we want to look for key 56? So how are we going to do that in a skip list? So what we are going to do is we are going to start at the first position at the top list. So the top list is the S sub H, which is S sub 3, right? And first position, that would be in the negative na infinity. So this is what we are going to do. At the current position P, so for example, let's say we are in the negative infinity. Okay, so we are going to compare the key 78 that we are looking for with the key after the position where we are. So we are here in the negative infinity, and the position, the element after that is 31. So what we are going to do is compare 78 with 31. If or compare the key with the element after it. If x is equal to y, or let's say if the element after p is equal to the key that we are looking for, then we return the element. But if x is greater than y, or if the key x that we are looking for is greater than y, or the key after where we are, in this case, where we are is in the negative infinity and the key after it is 31, then we are going to scan forward. It means that we just go right. Okay, we go right. We move to the next node. But if x, the key x that we are looking for is less than the key after where we are, so let's say negative infinity, and then we check 31. So for example, the key that we are looking for is less than 31, then we are going to drop down. So we are going to go down, move to the um, next na list, or to the bottom, the list after it. Okay, so if you try to drop down past the bottom list, then that means that the key doesn't exist. Yeah. So let's have an example to for you to understand it better. So as we said earlier, we will start the first position of the top list. So we are at the negative na infinity. Okay, we are now here. Next is we are going to compare the key 78 with the element after P, or this is currently our P. So the element after P is positive infinity. Okay, now compare. 78 is less than positive infinity. And according to this one, if x is less than y, we drop down. So that means that we drop down. So now, this is our current position now. This is P. Now, we are going to compare key 78 again with the element after P. Or now this is P, and the next to P is 31. So is 78, key 78, less than 31? No, 78 is greater than 31. And according to our rule, if x is greater than y, we scan forward or we move right. So that means that we are going to move right. So this is now our P. This is our current position. Okay, so now this is P, and we are going to check key 78 or compare key 78 with the element after the position P, which is 31. And it is positive infinity. So 78 is less than positive infinity. And if x is less than y, we are going to drop down. Okay, so that means that we are going to drop down. Now, we are now on level S sub 1, or list S sub 1. And we are now at current position 31. Now, P is here, and we are going to compare key 78 again with the element after the position where we are, which is 31. So it is, and that is 34. So we are going to compare 78 with 34. 78 is greater than 34. Since x is greater than y, we are going to scan forward. It means that we go right. Okay, now this is the position where we are now at 34. And next is we are going to compare the key 78 with the element after position P, which is 34, and that is 64. So 78 is greater than 64. So since X is greater than Y, we scan forward. So we move to here. Now, we are now at 764. Okay, P is equal to 64. And next is we are going to compare 78 with the element after P, which is positive infinity. Okay, that is next after 64. And we know that 78 is less than positive infinity. So that means that if X is less than Y, we drop down. So from 64, we go down to S sub 0. Okay, we are now at 64. Now, P is at 64 at least S sub 0. And the element after it is 78. Now, we are going to compare the key 78 with the element after P, which is 78. And we know that they are equal. So, we return the element because we have already found it. Okay, so that is how we can do search in skip lists. Okay. So you can also try to do this one, so 64 and then 27. Okay, thank you.